It's cracking peeps. It's your boy T Money up in the house. Here to do it big today. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck, something just popped up on the screen. Sorry. So it's been a little while since I've done one of my updates, collection updates. So I figured I would do that right now. I don't really have anything from Arrow in this update or anything really crazy, but I do have a stack, so might as well share it with you before it gets any bigger. I'll try to talk loud because I have the fan blasting on me because it's fucking hot, humid, and I'm sticky as a bastard today. So, sticky as a bastard? Never heard that one before. Hey, shout out to Sinister One and Seth Cellular. Sorry, man, drawing a blank. But I got your packages shipped out today. Luke, I'll get yours out by the end of the week. It's just like a lot of money, but yeah. So I gotta do them in increments, you know. But yeah, no sweat. It'll be out later this week for sure. So let's see. So we'll get right down to business. Yeah. So Sinister One, Celluloid Terror. Seth, yours package will be there on Friday. Sinister One will be there on Thursday. I don't know why it happened that way, but it did. So yeah, so look out for your packages if you watch this video. They'll be coming by the end of the week, and just give me a shout, let me know everything arrived safely, as I hope it did. So anyway, let's get right into it. So first up, I have a movie called The Thirst. There are a lot of movies with this title, Thirst, so I don't really know if this is any good. Let me just shut this light in the back. I always turn it down because it's glaring. Is that any better? Yeah. Alright, cool. But yeah, so this one is about a pair of drug addicts. I haven't seen it yet, but that I guess get abducted or brought into this family of vampires or something, a colony of vampires. So it's like kind of, I don't know if it's like a metaphor for addiction or whatever, but basically, yeah, it sounded pretty good. It's put out by, well, Stars Entertainment. But it says, welcome to an urban underworld of pleasure and pain, where flesh-fueled slaughter is the ultimate high. Matt Keesler of Dune and Claire Kramer of Buffy the Vampire Slayer star as a pair of recovering drug addicts recruited by a clan of sex and gore-crazed vampires led by the charismatic madman Darius. But as each depraved fix leads them deeper into hell, what will be the final price for the most horrific addiction of all? Yeah, so sounds pretty good to me, The Thirst, and yeah. So that's that one. Next up, so last update, I had picked up The Descent 1 on DVD. I wanted to grab this on on Blu-ray. I wanted to grab The Descent 2 on Blu-ray as well, but the Blu-ray is like, I think it's region B and out of print, so it's super expensive, so no big deal. I copped the DVD for just a couple bucks. This isn't nearly as good as the first one, in my opinion. It's not bad, I guess. It's okay. And it stars the dude from my favorite episode of Tales from the Crypt, just a fun fact. What's his name? I forget his name, but Three's a Crowd is the episode, and it's somebody famous's son as well. Fuck. Maybe you guys can read into that. I'm drawing a blank, but anyway, it's decent, and he plays the sheriff in this movie, so basically just she goes back into the cave. I don't need to do a synopsis or whatever, but it's not bad. The Descent 2, it's just a couple bucks. So this one I grabbed at FYE, Pinocchio's Revenge. This was like $5. I had this years ago, and I watched it and didn't care for it, and then I sold it somewhere along the move from North Carolina back to Vermont. So I wanted to get it back in my collection because I figured I wasn't as big of a die-hard horror fan back then. I still was, but now I guess with, you know, just returning, and I really do like Kevin S. Tenney. I like everything he's done for the most part, even though it's only a couple movies that I'm aware of. But like Brain Dead and, of course, Night of the Demons and stuff. So wanted to give this one another shot. I've heard from a lot of people it's good. You know, like I said, I've watched it, but I kind of don't really remember it. It's kind of generic, another killer doll type movie or whatever. But I'm gonna give it another shot. The premise is a lot like Chucky too. I was reading it because I don't remember it at all. So yeah, give it another shot. Maybe I'll like it. Who knows? All right. So the rest I have here are Blu-rays. This I picked up at Best Buy actually. It was like $6.99, something dirt cheap. I remember not really liking this film. Something just about the premise, killer plants. just didn't do it for me. And I remember I watched like I made it 3/4 through the way the first time I watched it, passed out, and never really cared to check it out again. So, but I figured for $6.99, might as well add it into the collection, give it another shot. Again, this was many years ago that I saw this movie when it had first come out. I think back in, what, 2008? Yeah, I was going to say 2009, so yeah, a while ago. But yeah, so that's The Ruin, $6.99 at Best Buy. A couple Disney movies. The Little Mermaid! Yay! Yay! I wish that could be my picture. By the way, do you guys know how to make, just a quick question, how to make your, like, because it's totally random. It basically just, at some point into my filming, the picture that's shown on, what do you call it? Like on the YouTube video, freeze or whatever, is just like a random picture. And I always wondered if there's like a way that you could, you know, choose which still from your video you could make that picture your main one or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but anyway, The Little Mermaid, true fact, I've never seen this movie, but I am on a Disney kick, just trying to rebuy childhood classics. You know, I've got Cinderella, 101 Dalmatians, Beauty and the Beast, a bunch of them, Indian in the Cupboard. I know it's not Disney, but so I've just been trying to buy some of the Disneys because if I do ever have kids, which I would like to someday, you know, for that reason and just for nostalgic purposes. So this was $19.99 at Best Buy. It's like $25 on Amazon, so I figured it's a bit of a deal. Blu-ray and DVD, Diamond Edition. So yeah, that's that. Who knows if I'll ever watch it. But this one, on the other hand, is a childhood classic. I watched this movie when I was a kid so many times. I loved it. Robin Hood. And I actually will revisit this one, 40th Anniversary Edition, Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy. I'm willing to give up the digital code for free, so if anybody wants it, just comment and we'll give it to you. So, yeah, but I'm psyched to rewatch this for sure. If you guys have kids or something and you want it, feel free to comment below. First one who comments will get it. So, if it's still valid, I don't know. I don't know how old this is, but I just bought it like the other day, so that's Robin Hood. Childhood classic. Can't wait to revisit that one. Alright, enough of the Disney. So this one is actually, I got this at Best Buy too, The Last Witch Hunter. Curious about this one. I like witch movies, pretty much all of them. Cheesy ones, The Witch, like good ones, you know, whatever. I love witches, and I love witch-themed movies. So, yeah, and this was always like $30 at my local FYE, and like really expensive for some whack reason because it's a Vin Diesel witch movie. I mean, how fucking cool could it be? But you know, I wanted to grab it because, like I said, I like witch movies, and so it was finally the right price. I found it at Best Buy for $14.99, so I figured I'd jump on it. Probably not going to get much cheaper than that. So yeah, I started to peel the Best Buy sticker off because I'm OCD. Like many of you are, I'm sure, and it's fucking like wet sticker melt or whatever, so yeah, I just stopped. Because it would look even shittier. So next up is another one. Sorry guys, these aren't all horror, these next few. So The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This was marked at $19.99 at my local FYE, but at Best Buy I got it for $7.99. So classic movie. I remember watching it with my uncle as a kid, so fucking awesome. Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Happy to have this and revisit it with Clint Eastwood. Alright, and next up, another childhood classic. We have The Sandlot, $4.99. $4.99 I got this at FYE. I mean, FYE, I'm sorry, no, Best Buy. Best Buy. So, and I had seen this a couple times on my, it's like, it was like in the checkout line, there's like a bunch of movies for like super cheap on the rack there, and they're like, you know, classics for $4.99 or whatever it was advertised as. But, yeah, so I had to finally grab this. I'd seen it like 3 times, and actually last time I was there I had it, and then the bill was so high, I was like, yeah, I might as well put that back. But I grabbed it this time because $4.99 for The Sandlot, I mean, come on. You can't go wrong. It's a childhood classic right here. And 2 pop arts. I'm trying to collect the pop art line, so I picked up Scarface. Pretty sexy cover. I like it. The pink is pretty banging, pretty pimpy, if you ask me. So yeah, so now I have The Bird, Psycho, Scarface, and I also picked up Animal House. So I'm very happy to have that too. 2 pop art covers, and there's a couple more that I want. I don't want them all because some of the movies I'm not really into, but Animal House, I mean, come on, you can't go wrong. Scarface, you can't go wrong. And they're cool covers. I really do like them. And these were $7.99, the cheapest I've seen the pop art line yet at Best Buy. So Best Buy's got some good deals going on. So next up is a newer one from Scream Factory, Raising Cain. Was kind of pissed because I didn't realize that they were out of the limited posters, so I ordered this from Scream Factory. Now, I only order from Scream Factory if I'm like absolutely dying to get a movie early, or if I'm going to get the poster, and so that's pretty rare. And so I thought I was going to get the poster with this. I didn't. It was my fault. I didn't check. They were sold out, so I ended up paying a couple extra bucks for it to get it early, which is a movie I don't really care about getting early, per se. But, whatever. Happy to have it all the same. Raising Cain. And next up we have Clown. I already own this movie on DVD. I bought the UK edition, I believe, when it had first come out. I forget who told me about this, but I've had it for a year, or good over a year now. But I wanted to grab this. This was cheap, too. So, yeah. Good movie. Love it. Seen it twice now. So, I highly recommend Clown. And an honorable mention, I want to say, because I don't have it with me, is a movie called Lake Nowhere. I actually let my friend, coworker borrow it, and it is fucking amazing. Probably the best slasher movie I've seen all year, hands down. I had read a review Mr. Parka did on it, immediately went and picked it up, watched it, loved it. Only thing is it's only 50 minutes, so it definitely leaves you wanting more, but it satisfies you at the same time. The special effects are a little wonky, too, in some scenes, but other than that, fucking great movie. Highly recommend Lake Nowhere. Sorry I don't have it to show you guys, but yeah, pick it up for sure. Spaceballs, picked this up at FYE for cheap. Happy to have it. This was cool. They had a bunch of these, but only one like black case edition. So I think it's basically the same as the other editions, just the black case. And maybe I think this one came with the digital HD code, and the other one didn't. So yeah. Anyway, Spaceballs, another good classic movie. Wanted to grab. All right, back into the horror. We have Anthony Perkins' Psycho 4. Now, I do have, because I happen to have it right here. It's always nice to find money, right? 20 spot. Psycho 4, awesome movie. But I had bought this twice, and I bought this. This was, I think, who put it out? I don't know. I want to say maybe Umbrella. No, VVE, Madman Universal. I don't know. So I bought this UK edition, and then Scream Factory came out with it, and I fucking collect Scream Factory, so I had to buy it. But yeah, I highly recommend Psycho 4. What was I going to say? Oh, so if anybody wants this thicker edition, want to buy it cheap, I'll sell it to you. Just holler at me, because I have 2 editions of it on Blu-ray, and I don't need 2, I only need 1, so that's what I was going to say. Alright, next up is a limited release from Scream Factory. This is the first one of, I think, 5 or 6 that I had bought, or I pre-ordered. This is Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2. Seem like fun films. One is directed by, I think the second one's directed by Jim Wynorski, who we all love for his cheesy shit movies. But anyway, I haven't had a chance to check these out yet, but I hear the transfers are pretty good. And yeah, it's an exciting release for me. I'm really happy to have these, actually, so. They are pricey, I'll agree, but I wanted them, so fuck it. What am I going to do? This is another new one from Scream Factory, or actually Scream Factory, surprisingly. Should be a Shout Factory release, because I don't think it's really horror, but Metal Storm, The Destruction of Jared Sin. I'm not really familiar with this one at all. I think it's an 80s USA filmed, futuristic Star Wars-y Mad Max type film, I believe. Maybe not Star Wars, but Mad Max. But I've heard good things, and I've heard it's fun, and I guess this is in 3D. Experience the future in 3D, but I don't really care. I don't like 3D preferably, yeah. I don't prefer 3D, is what I meant to say. But anyway, yeah, happy to have this and check it out. Next up, we have Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, this is how crazy I am, guys. I saw this at FYE, and I thought, I own this movie on Blu-ray, right here, but it's a different cover. So, what's the difference? Well, there really is no difference. They all include the same bonus features. There's a movie trivia that's on this, and that's literally, I think, the only difference between these 2 releases. And also one, this has the digital code, Ultra HD code, which I will not use. So again, if anybody wants it, you can have it. Just hit me up. But yeah, as far as I can tell, there's a movie trivia on this one. There's not on this one, and that's the only difference. Maybe the transfers are different, I'm not sure. I'm not even really sure how to tell, but anyway, that's the OCD collector in me. Hard at work buying 2 editions of the same Blu-ray because they have different covers. Alright, so actually I'm sorry. So this is a DVD I bought as well. Der Rattengott, German film. Watched it the other night. I got this on Diabolic DVD. I liked it. It's kind of like the the German version of the American film The Witches. And it's actually, The Witches is Roald Dahl, so I'm not sure if it is an American production. It's also a book by Roald Dahl. But very similar in premise, but totally different in, like, I don't know. The characters, and The Witches is more of like a children's story. This is more of an adult film. The cast, I guess I should say, it's more adulty. So anyway, yeah, it's about a German pauper who is a journalist. He's poor, homeless, looking for a place to stay. This guy brings him into this underground. Well, it's actually like a huge building, but through the sewer drain, so he goes underground into the basement of the building, and then it turns out there's this whole, like, clan, for lack of a better word, of rats who are disguised as people, and basically they're trying to take over the human race and convert them all into rats, and so it's up to this poor author, journalist, or whatever, not journalist, he's an author, and, like, a local doctor to save the day. And it's not really like, I'd say it's more like PG horror. I'm not really sure why it had the, well, I reversed it, but I think it said 18, it had the UK, because this is a UK Region B disc, by the way, so it's a PAL, or Region 2. But it was good. It was, for what it is. It's not, like I said, it's not gory or anything like that. I'm not sure when it actually was filmed, because it says 2015, but that might be it felt like an older film, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I won't spend too much time, but I kind of recommend it. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't probably buy it, but if you guys could watch it, check it out. Der Rattengott, which I think means the rat god or something in German. Alright, so I picked this up at FYE as well. This was $12.99. You can get it on Amazon for $9.99. Just when you think you got a steal at FYE, you look it up on Amazon and it's cheaper every time. Amazon gets them every time, I tell you guys. But yeah, this is the season 1 of X-Files. I was really hesitant to buy these, to upgrade these to to Blu-ray, because probably like 2 years ago now, there was a deal of the day on Amazon, and I got like the whole series on DVD. There's like 8 or 9 discs or something like that, for like $70, and that was a huge markdown from the original retail price. So I was excited about that, and kind of just been reluctant ever since to make the splurge. Of course, shortly thereafter, they upgraded all of the entire show to Blu-ray on like 5 or whatever, however many different seasons. But each season has its own packaging like this. So anyway, but this was $12.99, so I pulled the trigger, as they say a lot lately. Fucking pulled the trigger on the motherfucker. Just kidding. Sorry about my language. Not really. But so yeah. Anyway, that's the X-Files season 1, $12.99. You can get it for $9.99 on Amazon. Alrighty, and so this is from Vinegar Syndrome. We have Evils of the Night. Very happy to have this as well. This is a good film. I love it. I had the Gorgon video DVD release from a couple years ago. I watched this as well. The transfer is fairly better. I would recommend you upgrading if you're a fan of this film. And it's fun, yeah. It's got the dude from what do you call it? Eaten Alive. What's his name? Oh well, it's not important. He's good though. So yeah, I recommend this one. A lot of fun. So this is a newer one from Raro Video, Sacrifice. Now this film is actually the same film as Deep River Savages, I think. The alternate name is Deep River Savages, which was recently released by 88 Films, and I did not know that. So I purchased this thinking Sacrifice was a different film. come to find out, it is in fact the same film. But that's okay because I do collect Raro videos, so if you guys want to have this movie in a US release, or, well, Raro I think is Italian maybe, but anyway, I mean, if you want a all-region version of this, because I'm not sure now, I don't know what I'm saying, if 88 Films' release of Deep River Savages, aka Sacrifice, is all-region, I'm not sure, but, yeah, I think this is. And it comes with a booklet, one Blu-ray disc, it says, but yeah, I mean, you got the slipcover, and it's a nice release, so I'm happy to have Sacrifice, for sure. One of the newest releases from Raro Video. Next up, I got this fairly early because I ordered it from Diabolic. This is Beware the Blob. Awesome. Very happy to have this. Watched this for the first time the other night. I actually didn't know that this film existed. From 1972. I didn't know there was a sequel to The Blob, or sequels. So that's exciting. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was fun. A lot of fun. Good special effects, campy horror. You know, if you're a fan of the Blob movies and the Blob theme, then I highly recommend this movie. And you can get it super early if you order it from Diabolic DVD. So there's a little shout out to Diabolic. Not that it matters, but yeah, Beware the Blob. Highly recommend it. It was fun. All right, coming down to the end here, guys. So this is a new film. I don't know anything about it. It's called Night of the Living Dead. I think it came out today, actually, the 6th of September. And yeah, so Night of the Living Dead, I guess it's kind of like Shaun of the Dead, Zomcom, so I'm not really thrilled to watch it, but it does have a lot of quotes. It says, one of the most charming zombie films of all time, a must-see for fans of the horror comedy genre, thoroughly enjoyable, a crowd pleaser in the mold of Shaun of the Dead. So I'm excited to check it out for what it is. That's Night of the Living Dead. If anybody's seen this, let me know. And we have Jason and the Argonauts. So happy to have this, and it's like a lenticular cover too. You guys can't really tell from the picture here, but it is. And this movie's one that I cannot wait to revisit. I mean, I love Ray Harryhausen's effects. They're just so cheesy and good. I mean, I fucking love them. Cheesy's not even the right word. They're good. I mean, like, stop motion animation fucking rocks. So I recently picked up the first, what do you call it? Voyage of Sinbad film. Harryhausen did the effects, and that just got me in the mode. I was like, alright, I gotta order Jason and the Argonauts, because I haven't watched this since I was a kid with my dad, so very excited to revisit that. I mean, look at the skeletons in the back there. I got this today, so I haven't had a chance to watch it, but fuck yes. Very excited for this release. And it was cheap too, it was like $11.99. Alright, and coming down to the end here, I have a new film called The Ones Below. This was actually released today as well. Sounds kind of cool. It says, a young, affluent couple expecting their first child hits it off with a new couple that moves in downstairs, until a dinner party between them ends in a shocking accident. The new friends suddenly find themselves at odds, and a reign of psychological terror begins, starring Clemency Posey of the Harry Potter series and David Morrissey of The Walking Dead. Awesome, so I love David Morrissey as well, so I'm excited to see anything that he's in. I haven't heard anything about this. Time Out says it doesn't let up. RogerEbert.com says creepy paranoid thrills. So yeah, The Ones Below. Sounds cool. Alright guys, and last up, probably saved the best for last, is a movie called Outback, also known as Wake in Fright. Moods had recommended this a while back. A couple people had recommended it. Supposedly a classic film that stars the amazing Donald Pleasence. I'm like forgetting his name, sorry. And yeah, so this is just supposed to be an awesome movie. It says, along Mad Max and Walkabout, Wake in Fright is widely acknowledged as one of the seminal films in the development of modern Australian cinema. Directed by Ted Kotcheff, First Blood, and starring Donald Pleasence, Wake in Fright tells the nightmarish story of a school teacher's descent into personal demoralization at the hands of drunken, deranged derelicts while stranded in a small town in outback Australia. Virtually unseen in America and believed to be lost for decades, Wake in Fright now returns in stunning new HD restoration of what may be the greatest Australian film ever made, according to the New York Observer. And so this is a Draft House Films release. I have the alternate cover here. The reverse cover is Wake and Fright, which is I think the official title. But I like this. I thought it was fun, this artwork, so I switched it up. So yeah, very excited to watch this. I got this today too, so I figured why not do my update today. Even though I'm expecting, as always, a bunch more. So yeah, that's it, guys. We're at 25 minutes. I think we'll end it now. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, guys. You'll have your stuff by the end of the week. Luke, I'll have yours out by the end of the week. All right, peace. Thanks for watching.